back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about how I'm preparing for my wedding. I got engaged on August 2nd of 2019 this year, and our wedding is going to be August 2020. So I have never planned a wedding before, so I'm just going off of other videos I've watched, some internet research, friends that have gotten married, that kind of thing. So I'm going to be doing a video today on what we've done so far. Hopefully this will help other people or give some inspiration. So if you're new to my channel, I make social work and lifestyle videos, and I'll be having some social work videos come out soon. I actually got sick this week as I was filming something and wasn't able to finish the whole video. So this week I'll be doing more of those, but now I'm kind of delving into the lifestyle part of my channel, so I really hope you enjoy. So I am going to start off with my ring, and it is my dream ring. I will put in a little close-up clip of my ring. So in regards to my ring, I actually went to the mall one day a couple years ago. There was a 𝓀𝓪𝓬𝓱, and my, at the time, boyfriend and I had been together for a few years. We had already been talking about, you know, engagement, things like that, and I just wanted to just look at rings just because I was curious. It wasn't going to be anytime soon, but I just wanted to look at rings. And the woman at 𝓀𝓪𝓬𝓱 asked me if I needed help with anything, and I said no, I was just looking, and we started talking, and she was like, oh well, if you want to try on rings, you know, like, that's totally okay. I can help you do that. So I was like, you know, why not? I had like a couple hours in between classes or something, so that's why I had gone to the mall. And I went in really thinking like, oh, I've seen a cushion cut on Pinterest. I really like cushion cut. That's definitely the ring I'm going for. I kind of like had it in my head. Well, I had never picked out rings or looked at rings or had any information about rings or diamonds or anything before. So when she was like, oh, you know, like, let's try some on, like, all different shapes, I think you kind of get like a, you know, a better view of things when you try on multiple different styles. She has found in her numerous years of jewelry expertise that a lot of women say that they want a specific diamond that they've seen in pictures and then it just doesn't look right on them. So I ended up trying on the cushion cut, and so for me personally, in my hand, I wasn't a fan actually, and so I was like so shocked that I didn't like what I thought I liked. So I ended up trying on all the styles, and I ended up really loving a round diamond. So that is the diamond shape that I went with. It's a double halo. It has the like infinity band, I believe that's what it's called, and it's by the Neil Lane diamond brand at 𝓀𝓪𝓬𝓱. They actually had like a little wish list type of thing, so you put your top 3 rings on your wish list at 𝓀𝓪𝓬𝓱, so that way your partner can look on your 𝓀𝓪𝓬𝓱's website. They can go to K or log in through the online site or something like that, and they can access what rings you like. So unless you want it to be a complete surprise what your ring looks like, which is totally awesome as well, I personally wanted to know what ring I was getting, and I wanted to pick it out and make sure I loved it. So that is the route that my fiance and I took. Then after he proposed, I wanted to get started on asking my bridesmaids, because I think that was the easiest kind of thing to just get done and start working on, and I was just so excited. I wanted to start doing things. So for my bridesmaids proposals, I did like a little box of champagne and some filler, and I made these little cards. So I'm going to insert a clip right here. These handmade cards were super simple by just going into a Word document and doing a text box and then picking the font and writing what you want it to say. And I put, I can't say I do without you, will you be my bridesmaid? This is what they look like cut out. Along with these pink rose petal fillers, I bought white filler as well, and this gray satin ribbon, all at the dollar store, so very inexpensive. These boxes I also got at the dollar store. I thought they were super pretty, and this is how I laid it out. I put the card on top, and I just put the filler in the box and added this Korbel champagne. It came in a pack of 4 mini champagnes, which was perfect for what I needed it for. And this one does not have a champagne in it because this is for my friend who lives in a different state, so I am shipping this box to her, and I didn't want to ship over champagne. So this is what I added to her box: a little nail file from CVS. This is all from CVS, by the way. a little compact mirror, and a travel face mask, a little sheet mask there, because she's going to be traveling to me for the wedding. So I'm putting that in there, and this white envelope has a will you be my flower girl for her daughter. So I'm just going to put that all in her box. Here you see me putting a little bit of rolled up tape onto the card so I can stick it to the champagne, just so I know that when they open the box it's going to be right up front and it won't fall around. And as you can see, the champagne, it's definitely just fit. So this is what it looks like in the end. I thought it came together really cute with the ribbon, and it's just a super affordable, cute little simple way to ask your bridesmaids. One thing definitely about this wedding for me and my fiance, at least, we want to be affordable, but also get what we want out of it. So we don't want to skimp on things and not be happy with our wedding, but we also want to make it affordable. So I'm trying to do things the way I want them, but also keep the budget very low. In total, those bridesmaid proposal boxes were $31.50. I didn't want to go all out with like the huge boxes of all these different gifts and stuff, because I do plan on giving my bridesmaids gifts the day of the wedding. So yes, I did bridesmaids gifts, and when it comes to talking with your partner about your wedding, I definitely suggest first just talking about budget. So the money aspect of it is definitely important. Fiance and I talked about, our max budget and stuff. I believe the national average of weddings in America is around $30,000 to $35,000, and we are definitely keeping it below that. But it's not going to be, a few thousand either. We just want all the people that we want there for guests. We want to have a certain venue. We want to have our dream wedding, but on a budget. So like I said, some things we didn't sacrifice and were non-negotiables, and some things were sacrificable in our eyes. I just definitely highly suggest going over it with your partner and being like, what are you willing to sacrifice and what are you willing to not sacrifice? So yeah, we talked about budget, we talked about colors. I kind of knew the colors right off the bat, so we're going with like dusty pink, mauve colors. And when I was looking at venues, actually they all wanted to know our approximate guest list count. So putting a mock guest list together would be really ideal too, I guess, in my opinion. When I reached out to the venues, they all asked for an approximate guest count. So on our list, we have like approximate, max 114, I think, on there right now. There may be some people that may not be able to come, and that's fine. But we wanted to keep it below 120-ish. Yeah, the more obviously people you invite, the more money per plate for food and whatnot. Like I was saying a little bit ago, we knew what we want. We knew we wanted an outdoor ceremony. We knew we wanted an indoor-outdoor flow to the venue. So the venue was not going to be all indoors. We also knew we wanted our ceremony on site. So if you wanted it opposed to a church, you would have to discuss that with your significant other if you want it on site or not. We personally wanted our venue catered already, so we did not want to go to the extra mile to hire caterers and things like that. We just wanted the venue to have that already, one less vendor to deal with, one less thing to deal with. We toured multiple types of venues. Some were hotels and some were not, and the ones that were not hotels, we knew we wanted to stay close to the venue that night so we wouldn't have to drive all the way back home or whatever it is. So we kind of got to thinking yeah, we definitely want this at a hotel so we can just stay and go back up to our rooms after the reception is over, and no one has to think about drinking and driving. If other people want to stay over, it's gonna be a hotel. So we definitely were thinking, after a lot of tours of it not being a hotel, that it would just be so much easier to have it at a venue with rooms. So I researched all the venues in my area. I feel like I know all the wedding venues by this point in my area. I looked at them all and I narrowed it down by price first. So at first I just looked at the price, and if we couldn't afford it, if it was just way too out of budget or way too expensive, that was just crossed off my list immediately. And then I narrowed it down to the ones that were affordable and that had everything that we were looking for, or at least it looked like that from the information that we saw. So I did reach out to the venue itself, and the coordinators would get back to me, and I had asked some basic questions, like if it was catered already, and the things that I was saying beforehand, if they had that right off the bat. If they did, I would narrow it down to they got a tour from us. So we went on about, like, I want to say 6 or 7 venue tours. That's how I narrowed it down, is the places that got a tour were the ones that I knew had the stuff we wanted and the prices that we wanted. I just did not want to waste my time looking at things that we knew we couldn't afford or didn't have anything we wanted. There was one that was a little more out of our price range, and we toured it and it was beautiful. It wasn't a hotel, it was just a venue, so we'd have to pay extra for the transportation. Their food and beverage minimum was way more expensive than the one that we had chosen, so yeah. When we did tour the venues, we had a ton of questions. So we asked about the ceremony, we asked about, the food, we asked about everything. And if you go online, you can actually look at the tons of resources there are online about what to ask when you're touring a venue, and that's just what we did. My fiance's best friend and his girlfriend, we took them with us to a tour one time, and they had really awesome questions that we didn't even think of when we were touring. So if you could take someone that you really trust and you love to go with you, I definitely suggest it. When we chose our venue, we actually got like a really good promo deal, that we got something free involved in our wedding, that if we booked at the end of September type of thing. Some venues did offer cool promos like that. But yeah, after the venue contract was signed and the deposit was down, actually even before that, I was looking at photographers and DJs. So while touring venues and things like that, I was just looking up some research on DJs and photographer/videographers around us, because we do want photography and videography. I did a lot of research on the DJ, and we chose one that speaks both Spanish and English because my fiance's family is Hispanic and a lot of them speak only Spanish. Most of them speak Spanish more fluently than English, that type of thing. So I looked for a DJ that specifically catered to that type of music style, and it was a bonus that she also spoke Spanish. Actually, she is a preferred vendor on our venue list, which we didn't really know until after, but a lot of venues have preferred vendors list who they've worked with before, the vendors who they've worked with before, and they know the place, they know that they're good, they're reliable, things like that. So definitely, if you're having trouble, ask your vendors who they worked with before and who they recommend. I was looking at websites for save the dates and invitations and which website was going to be the most affordable. A lot of people maybe want to sacrifice cost or like inexpensiveness and have really nice invitations. We think that we want really nice invitations, but we don't want to pay, someone to hand make them or anything like that. So Vistaprint seems to be the least expensive that I found, and I think that's what we're going to go with. Yeah, just like kind of as you're doing the big research, which I think this is the big research, like the venue and the vendors and things like that. I here and there was researching things in between. What I also did that I found has been helpful so far is in a note in my notes app in my phone, I wrote down categories. So venues I was looking at, decor pieces, dress shops around me that I wanted to look at, just like categorize things, or you could write this down on paper. I did that, and I have a long list of definitely like decor and extra stuff, such as the card box, the sweetheart table decorations, cake topper, table numbers, some personalized champagne glasses, wedding favors, bridesmaid dresses, everything like that. Just everything you can kind of think of, I guess. I tried to put down on my phone, and as I go through them, I can check them off. I did utilize a couple of the timeline things on the internet, so the ones that say like 12 months before, 11 months before, 10 months before, things like that. I looked at those for some help as well. Basically, that's what we've done so far. Our venue is really awesome. We get so much for our money. They actually are doing our cake for us because in the package they have a baker and they make the cake for you, so that cake baker is one less vendor we have to deal with as well, which is really awesome. So definitely I did a lot of research, and I think that that was really helpful in us finding the venue that we chose. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely plan on doing more as I go throughout my wedding planning. If you have any advice, I would love it. Please put it down in the comments, and I really appreciate you watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.